instant messaging apps have caught on like a wildfire in this era of smartphones. Every few weeks' time, we hear of some or the other new instant messaging app, be it native or global. This week, we caught up with China's internet giant Tencent's instant messaging app called WeChat. Dennis Hau and Rahul Razdan shed some light on how are they planning to increase the uptick of this app outside of China. The app recently crossed 300 million users globally, but they have only 40 million users from outside of China. They shed some light on how are they planning to replicate the success of this app outside China and how will they tackle the likes of WhatsApp hike, etc.
Welcome to VC Circle, Dennis and Rahul. So why don't we start by saying what is your strategy for expanding WeChat to the level of WhatsApp, since it is the only biggest competitor for WeChat as of now?
We don't comment on our service, like we respect our the service in the market, but at the same time, WeChat have a very unique pole position in the market by introducing a social platform. We're not limiting ourselves as a messaging platform, but more like a lifestyle platform that we're introducing, that user can actually get in touch with each other on smartphone platform, so that they can actually use the voice to talk functions to communicate with each other. They can actually share picture on moments so that they can share their moments with their loved ones in a trusted circle. And also we have many other form of communication through live chat, video call, etc., where user can communicate with each other. So our strategy is really to create a platform for user to interact with each other in a richer format.
WeChat has been hugely successful in China, okay, and in the world also, but still not as much successful as in China. So what is your strategy to replicate that success to other parts of the world, since 90% of the users come from China itself? So what are you doing about that?
Well, more than that, like recently we have announced globally we have surpassed 300 million users. But outside of China, we have recently announced that we have surpassed 40 millions of users with very extremely active monthly active user of over 190 millions. So to replicate the success, what we are seeing our strength is with our rich R&D experience, that we are continuously improving our infrastructure platform so that we can provide the best user experience to users across different countries, and also the localization that we are focusing on getting user feedback from different countries, and also to offer more local presence to the market. As you can see in India, we have working closely with our local team with Rahul's team on doing a lot of localization activities. So I think Rahul can actually explain a little bit more on the official accounts that we have.
Sure. So as part of our localization efforts, in fact, if I were to pick that up, there are the 3-4 broad headings under which we do localization. Of course, there's language; it's available. WeChat is available in a Hindi interface, and we're looking forward to understanding usage data at a granular level. Second, what we've done is in terms of the content on the platform. So we've got one more richer layer of expression between people, which we call emoticons, special emoticons, and all of that content is localized, picking up context from Indian culture, Indian areas. Third, in terms of the big one for us right now, is the launching of official accounts in India. Official accounts is one key platform that we opened up that takes us into, that converts us into a holistic lifestyle mobile platform, rather than limit ourselves to a chat or just communication platform. So in that sense, we've been building a much bigger ecosystem. So for that official accounts, we've been working with some of the best brands and merchants and publishers in India to get their services on WeChat, to get their presence on WeChat, so that their users could follow them on WeChat. It's a great way for brands to talk to their audiences, their followers, get feedback from them, keep interacting with them in a manner that best fits their business. And last but not least, for localization, there are two more things that I'll add. One is extending ourselves into platforms which have got significant presence in local countries. And so BlackBerry is something that we launched a few months back, and in fact there is more information that maybe we'll share further in this discussion as we go along. And the other point that Dennis touched upon was fine-tuning your performance in a manner that works best in local environments. So there is a lot of R&D and technical work that has gone into it, in seeing to it that the service for local users is seamless and works the best and fastest.
And other things that we want to emphasize is on top of this platform, we want to create an ecosystem that making WeChat as a platform for other application developers to come on, leveraging our API that which is actually open to public, so that user can actually create more application on top, which can actually enrich the user experience for local users, leveraging the external developers' innovativeness. So this is an ecosystem that we are creating within WeChat platform.
So Rahul, if you particularly talk about India, lately instant messaging has become really popular, a lot of apps have come out. So does that pose as a threat to your market in India?
So for us, I think the best benchmark that we have for ourselves is our own performance and our own, the certain principles that we go by. The user is the core of our product thinking and our platform thinking. As long as we are committed to providing a highly enriching experience to our users, that's what keeps us, that's our guiding light, and that's what keeps us busy all the time. We look at things that we've launched. We are very innovative. In fact, at a product level, there are lots of things that we keep doing, but we also keep following the data of that. How is it being used by users? Are certain things that are working very well with users? Are there things that have met with a slightly different response? Then we get into the reasons for that. That's all that we keep obsessing about. I mean, for us, eventually it's the users who are the core center of our existence. And as long as we're doing a good job of that and we're getting that positive feedback from users, I think we're completely set.
So WeChat has a lot of features packed into it, unlike the other messaging apps, strictly messaging and maybe group chatting and stuff. So is it on its way to become a social network kind of thing for mobile phone?
We don't limit ourselves just as a messaging platform for sure. Social is a very important element that we add into this platform for users to interact with each other in a fun way. And yes, we will consider ourselves as a lifestyle platform. Is where social is one of the very key elements that we add into this.
Outside China, which are the biggest markets?
I would say we are getting a very good traction in many countries. Recently, we have launched the TVC campaign in many different countries, including India, like just 2 days ago. And at the same day, on the same day, we actually launched in Mexico and also in Philippines. So we are seeing a lot of traction in many countries right now. We are one of the top messaging and also social communication apps in countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, as well as India.
Global level, we're talking of upwards, so I think 49 was the last count. We've been a top app in about 49 countries.
Are there any more geographies that you want to venture into?
Well, I think what we are very much focusing on is wherever there is smartphone user base growth. Many countries which are actually switching from feature phone into smartphone market. These are all the countries that we are eyeing in. So we don't really have a specific countries that we are just very much focusing on. We're focusing on all the countries.
Which are the countries that WeChat is not present as of now?
We'll have to search really hard for a country where WeChat is not present. Technically, we are accessible in all countries. I mean, as long as we are on the most popular app stores and on the most smartphone platforms, we are accessible.
So out of this 300 million user base that you have, could you share a percentage that comes from India?
We don't share the breakdown of the country, unfortunately, but as you can see from all the track record of the surpassing 40 millions of users outside of China, and also you can see the ranking of the application of WeChat on the communication category, and even on the overall
that's right.
Category, we are ranking at the top level. So you can see the traction that we are having in India.
What are the methods of monetization that you're using on this app, apart from ads?
Monetization we're very clear at this stage of our business in India, I speak for India. Currently, we're focusing, as I mentioned, in a completely obsessed manner in enhancing user experience. People should, look at WeChat as the most preferred platform and the most enriching platform. Now, once we cross this stage, there are other models that could take over. I think Dennis could shed some light on that.
Yeah, one thing I think which actually fit into our WeChat vision of getting people together on the platform, having fun with each other is through mobile games. This is one of the potential monetization model that we can explore on the platform.
So there were rumors that WeChat is going to go paid. So can you shed some light on that?
WeChat will remain free for consumer for sure.
So what are the targets that you have in mind you want to reach now that you've reached 300 million users?
Well, we go everywhere that smartphone users go. So we want to have as many smartphone users on WeChat as possible because it's a social platform, it's a lifestyle platform. Without friends, basically you cannot do anything. So what we are seeing is the phenomenon is like once you have one good users who are enjoying on the platform, you attract 10 other coming into the smartphone, to the WeChat platform as well. So we are seeing this momentum growing faster and faster and growing and then continues. And we are excited.
WhatsApp has had that first mover advantage and it's a very simple app. It doesn't pack much features, it's only a messaging app essentially. So pushing users from that kind of a popular app to WeChat must be a difficult task. How are you facing it, especially in India?
Well, I think we, as I emphasized before, that we compare ourselves, in the market, whether we have the space or unique feature or offering that user would come to enjoy on the platform. So we're not trying to doing things like how can we actually dig from other service platform to other platform. But what we are more concerning is like, do we actually have the good reasons for users to come?
So are you also looking to do some marketing and branding to create more awareness about your app?
So we've very recently, as of 2 days back, we've kind of unveiled our brand campaign. All the inputs that we've got from the market in the last 6 odd months that we've been there trying to understand user motivation, user pain points, what is it that user are looking for. I think it's given us the confidence in now taking the way WeChat stands to bigger audiences, especially youth audiences in the country. And for that, we've just unveiled our brand campaign. And as part of that, we've taken to the most popular young Bollywood heartthrobs, which is Varun and Parvati Chopra, as our brand ambassadors. We launched our TVC maybe about a week ago, and we first launched it on YouTube. Surprise, surprise, we got about 2 million views of that in 48 hours flat, which in our assessment is one of the fastest viraling of content or content that a brand has put up. And then we've launched it on television on the 10th. Feedback has been overwhelming. The feedback has been a mix of people who complimented us for the fact that our brand ambassadors completely echo the way people see themselves as. We've got feedback that it beautifully exemplifies the core offerings of the product. Voice messaging that Dennis was talking about has come about, has suddenly been an eye-opener for people, and we're sure that it's going to become a lifestyle, a way of using, for people to be using their mobile phones going ahead. And what we've also done is there is another television commercial that should be launched, that should be on air in the next couple of days.
Out of all the features that you have on the app, which one is the most popular, you would say?
Well, I would say the core backbone for our activeness are actually on the How to Talk voice call. That user can really communicate with each other in a very relaxing style. Like you don't call and then do the synchronous communication file. You can actually do the voice call and then leave a message. Basically, you don't have to type. That's actually our user behavior that we are seeing continue to evolve and growing, within our platform. And also the second things that we are seeing more people are doing is sharing their moments, their pictures on our moments, and then let their trusted friends based on their contact list sharing.
And what new features can we expect in the Indian app from WeChat?
Well, I think the most important thing is we open our platform, with the API. I would say the innovativeness should come from the local country itself. While we are providing the platform for external developers to come in, as Rahul also pointed out, that we have the official accounts where user can innovatively serve or interact with their follower who actually subscribe their official accounts. So some example that we can actually point it out, like Wikipedia, that we actually create an official account that user can within WeChat platform, they subscribe the official account, type in a particular keyword, it returns with the answer through the Wikipedia, and they can actually share information to their friends. So it's like an ecosystem that they're building within the platform.
Lastly, I wanted to ask that out of all the medium that you have, out of all the operating systems on which WeChat is present, which one is the most popular? Which one has seen the most number of downloads?
So for us, the good point is that the usage of operating systems on our platform completely mirrors the predominance of platforms at the country level as well. So which typically would mean that Android is the biggest platform for us.
Anything else you'd like to share about WeChat?
We would love to see more and more people use WeChat.
I think this platform, like as we are seeing more users coming to the platform, we are foreseeing that more companies and merchants that we can actually bring into the platform to add more value for users to consume the content.